y'all doing? Guess what time it is? Time for your extended reading. One last swoop across the table to make 100% sure we got every crumb of information and advice out of the month of February, because the next round of readings is where I'm going to check to see if timelines have changed. We got to get all the info and advice out of the month first. So for those of you who are in need of a personal reading, the information is in the description. And for those of you catching this video on time, February 6th, we're doing another round of the 2222 live mini readings. So if you're unfamiliar with that and you would like to know how it works and how to participate in that, you can read up on all of that on my website, tarotwithrich.com. And that link is in the description, okay? It's there with all the rest of my personal readings, all right? Okie dokie, I'm starting these off with general messages. General messages. Career, finance, friends, family, anything but romance. Let's see what wants to come through. What wants to come through for general messages for Libra, universe? Ooh, the Ten of Wands reversed. Ooh, hang on. Hold up. Hody-do, yo. Hang on. This could go a couple of different directions. Ace of Coins. Ooh, Seven of Swords. So the Tower card reversed. So it kind of feels to me like you may either be waiting on an apology, or it kind of feels like somebody that fucked you over in the past. And you either are waiting on an apology, or you just highly suspect that they're gonna come clean, you know? And I'm thinking that they kind of want to. Whoever this is, they do want to come clean. But they're really just kind of trying to ignore the truth about this situation. So when I do general messages and it comes through about a person or a connection, the first thing I want to look at is, was it a friend or family? When it all comes down to it, it's whoever comes to your mind when I say this. But I don't honestly have any family energy in the spread here. So it feels to me kind of like a friend that you fell out with. But whoever comes to your mind. Somebody that fucked you over in the past. I do think that the guilt is weighing on them. But they're still trying to ignore the truth about the situation. This did create a karmic tie. This created a karmic tie between the two of you. But with the Three of Wands being the overall energy, it looks like still waiting. Still waiting. And honestly, I think this person is still out there telling lies and keeping secrets. Same thing they did to you. I highly doubt you're the only person they've done this to. Highly doubt it. I would be willing to bet damn near anything that you're not the only one sitting around wondering if they're going to come back and apologize. This type of energy right here, this shit, these types of people have a trail of destruction behind them. They burn a bridge, run to the next one. Burn that bridge, run to the next one. Burn that bridge and run to the next one, and burn that bridge and run to the next one. And it's just a thing that they do, you know? All right, what's some general advice for Libra? General advice. General advice for Libra. Boom, boom, boom. Blue, blue, buddy, blue. Blue, blue, buddy, blue. Oh, wow. Okay. This is the same damn advice I just gave Virgo. Hang on. Does anything else want to come through? I just gave Virgo this exact same damn advice. Maybe some of you could be dealing with a Virgo possibly, or whoever the situation was. I don't know. But okay, so I'm going to tell you the same thing I told Virgo. You know that it is perfectly acceptable to forgive someone and love them from a distance, right? You know that, right? Forgiving somebody doesn't mean that you have to let them come back into your life. Now, forgiving somebody doesn't mean that what they did is okay. That's another big one. If I forgive you, if you fuck me over and I decide to forgive you, that doesn't mean that you get away with it. Doesn't mean that you've won, and it doesn't mean that what you did is okay. What it means is I am no longer going to poison and torture myself just because you're an idiot. That's what forgiveness means. That's what forgiveness means. I don't need to get revenge on you because I already know that you're going to go get my revenge on you yourself. Because the vibrations that you cast are returned back to you. So it's only a matter of time before you're going to manifest a pool of shit in your life. You can forgive somebody and love them from a distance. And I would highly recommend working on that. I'm not downplaying whatever this person did to you. I'm not saying that you should just get over it. That's not the point here. The point of it is first of all, there's a karmic tie here. Y'all got a karmic tie. Do you want to remain karmically tied to this person for the rest of your life? Because if you don't release it, you will. And I got news for you. Just because a lot of time passes and you forget about it, that doesn't mean that you've released it. If I strap a 100-pound backpack to your back and leave it there, eventually you'll forget that it's there. Does that mean that you're not being weighed down by that 100 pounds just because you've gotten accustomed to carrying it around all day? No, it's still there and it's still weighing you down. So I would recommend doing the best you can to work on releasing this yourself. And then once you feel kind of confident that you've released it, then ask yourself if you care to, have a conversation with this person. But honestly, once you can tell yourself you've released it, that's all that matters. It don't matter what they do. It don't matter what they think. It don't matter how they feel. Once you know you've released it, and let me give you a little hint as to how you know you've released it. And when I tell you this, you're going to realize how much karma your average person is carrying on their back and don't even realize it. You know you've released it when you can look back on something that happened to you and see so clearly why it was meant to happen the way it happened that you're glad it happened. That's when you've released it. You haven't released it until you're glad it happened. That's when you've released it. If you look back on it and you get all pissed off and riled up and you're still all in your emotions and you can't explain the meaning behind why it happened, you're not satisfied with how it happened, you would go back and change it, you haven't quite released it yet. And it's hard. Oh, it's hard. I'm not saying it's not. I'm still in the middle of releasing something right now as we speak. That'll probably take a fucking while. I know how hard it is. I'm not sitting here saying that I'm this expert that does everything all perfectly. I just know how energy behaves. And it's hard. Oh, it's hard, especially depending on what happened to you. But you still have to work on releasing it. And it can take time. Okay? All right. Now, let's move on to the love portion of the reading. Now, we're going to take a look at the current long-term relationship. So, if you're not in a long-term relationship, this is not for you. If you are in a long-term relationship, but the two of you are not experiencing problems, this is not for you. What is the dealio, Emilio? What is happening between Libra and the current long-term partner? Oh, shit. Right out the gate, dude. Right out the gate. You know what that is, right? You ain't really got to be a rocket scientist to figure out what's going on in that card right there. Somebody's walking away from this. You're walking away from this finally? Or maybe they're walking away. Somebody's walking away from this. Straight up. Boom, throwing in the white towel. Holy shit sticks, Batman. Some of you could have kids with this person, possibly. Ooh, I feel like there's a big little handful of you that have already done this before. You already been on and off with this person. For some of you, maybe there was some infidelity in the past. You know, and now I just kind of feel like you're walking away from this for good. Too many trust issues, lies, deceit, manipulation, promising to change their ways and all that shit, you know. Apologies with no changed behavior, you know, just the same old shit, you know. Just looping and looping and looping and looping and looping in a circle, in a circle, in a circle, repeating the same experience. I'm just thinking that you're finally fucking done with this. I feel like you've had enough. Damn. Damn. Okie dokie. Some of you dealing with a Leo. Also have Scorpio, Taurus. All fixed signs. Good God, Libra. Yeah, you got to be strong when you're dealing with them fixed signs, man. I'll tell you what. You got to be real strong. Real strong. All right. Well, let's see how the current long-term partner feels about you and what their energy looks like. What's their truest, deepest feelings, energies, and intentions? Long-term partner Libra is dealing with. Knight of Wands. See, they look, hang on. Nine of Cups reversed. Well, first of all, they're codependent. Okay. When it all comes down to it, that is the seed that blooms into every problem that manifests between the two of you. When you have a true emotional codependent, nothing that you do is ever right. You're always the bad guy. Okay, because the emotional codependent believes that their emotions are your responsibility, basically. They believe that if they don't feel the way they want to feel, it's your fault. And it's your job to fix it, basically. It gets a lot deeper and way, way more nuanced and convoluted than that. But in a nutshell, basically the emotional codependent believes that their emotions are your responsibility. So nothing you do is ever good enough, ever. It don't matter what you do. It's always your fault. You know, you can't do anything right. And it's always your fault. Always. You know, they don't take accountability for anything. There's just no, and you know what? That's the first manifestation of narcissism. Narcissism is just the full embodiment of emotional codependency at the deepest level. You know, so I'm not quite seeing narcissistic energy here just yet, but it is teetering on the borderline of that. So, yeah. So, you know, if you caught them cheating on you, you made them do it, right? If you caught them lying to you, it's somehow your fault. They don't believe that they've done anything wrong. They don't believe that. They genuinely, in their heart, do not believe that they have done anything wrong. Or if they have done anything wrong, they believe they're 100% justified. And when you're dealing with somebody like that, ain't nothing you can do. Nothing you can do. Nothing. 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 You can't bargain with them. You can't reason with them. You can't bring logic to the table. Jesus Christ himself could ascend down from heaven in a ball of light and tell them that they're wrong. They'll argue it. There's nothing you can tell a person like that, period. So, if I was to give you some personal advice, I would say that if you're walking away from this, that's probably about the best thing you can do, especially if you've been around the block with this person a time or two before. But let's see if there's any advice the cards want to give. What deck do I want to use, man? How about this one? Any advice for Libra and the current long-term partner? Any advice? Any advice? Tower card. Let the tower burn to the ground. Especially those of you who every time lightning hits the tower, you rush in to extinguish the flames, right? Start repainting the walls, replacing the furniture. Bow! Lightning hits it again. You extinguish the flames, start repainting the walls, putting new carpet in. Bow! Lightning hits it again. Let it burn. After lightning keeps hitting the tower over and over, that's the universe trying to tell you it's time to do away with this tower. Let the tower burn to a smoldering pile of rubble. Clean that shit up and let the universe build a new tower, because the next one will have a lightning rod on it. Promise you that. Time to close out this karmic cycle. Time to close it out. Damn. Damn, dog. That's heavy. Hang on, I'm going to clear the air after that shit. I'm going to clear the air after that shit. Boy! That was some heavy shit right there now. That's some heavy old shit right there. Okie dokie. All right, let's see what's happening with the single Libras and your love interest. Any other crumbs of information that we can tell Libra? Single Libras about the person they're interested in. Any other crumbs of information? Some of you interested in somebody at the workplace, possibly. And the Fool card. King of Wands. So it's kind of feeling like a love offer is being made. It's telling me a love offer is being made, but it's not really telling me much else. This right here kind of concerns me a little bit. So I'm thinking y'all are coming together. But this is the way it happens, man. This is the way it happens. Especially if this situation has been stagnant for a little bit, or if there's been a big lead up to you all coming together for a month, month and a half, something like that. As soon as you all come together, as soon as you all come together, the energy changes. And you don't know if their energy changed, or if your energy changed, or if maybe you're just feeling insecure. It's driving you nuts, man. Driving you nuts. You don't know if maybe they're juggling you and somebody else. You don't know if they're playing mind games with you. I think you just kind of highly suspect that they might be juggling somebody else, especially if this is a person that could easily go pick any option that they want. That may make you a little bit nervous. But I'm kind of feeling like y'all are coming together. A new start in love is happening here. I think so. But it's moving very slow in the beginning. Very rough, bumpy ride in the beginning. All right, well, let's see how they feel about you. What their energy and intentions look like. What kind of person they are. Person Libra is interested in. Ten of Cups. Well, I mean, they're ready to settle down and build a life partnership. Okay. King of Swords, though. Three of Wands. There's that karmic wheel again. Okay. All right. Well, so they're ready to settle down and build a life partnership. However, they do have trust issues from being cheated on in the past. So they're ready to settle down and build a life partnership, but they're not 100% convinced that you're the one. They're not convinced of that. So they're not getting emotionally involved in the beginning. They're keeping you out. They're keeping their guard up. Keeping their guard up, not letting you in. And I think that's what you're picking up on. Which, I mean, in the grand scheme of things, that's not good either, but it's not as bad as them being dishonest and deceitful. I don't think they're being dishonest and deceitful. They're not doing that, but they're still not letting you in. They got their guard up, ready to walk away. Let me see your phone light up with a "Hey, sexy" text message. Pew, I'm gone. Pew, I'm gone. Let me hear somebody tell me that they seen you at the club kissing on somebody the other night. Pew, I'm gone. I think this person has just dealt with so many dishonest, deceitful, lying, manipulative, backstabbing little fuckbags. They don't trust nobody. They don't trust nobody. And I get it. I get it. I totally get it. But if I may throw my personal opinion in there, I don't think this is an opinion, but I'm just saying that to be, practical. If you got trust issues like that, you ain't got no business fucking with nobody. You ain't got no business getting into a relationship if you got trust issues that bad. It's the way I see it. Again, I feel like that's a fact, but let's just go ahead and call it an opinion. All right, well, let's see. Let's just get the advice on this, man. What's the advice for Libra? What's the advice? Hey, King of Swords. Okay. Well, okay. So just keep an eye on things. Let it roll the way it naturally is wanting to roll in the beginning. If that's the way this person wants to be in the beginning, just respect that. Okay? But it shouldn't stay like that forever. So I would be keeping a time frame in my mind if I was you. Okay. Nope. You have trust issues? Okay. Cool. Totally respect that. But if you don't see that I'm the real deal within a matter of about a month, then we got problems. then we're going to be expressing some concerns. Then we're going to have a little talk. But don't worry about that yet. Cross that bridge when you get to it. For the beginning, give them a big long leash. Let them be who they are. Let them do what they do on their own terms. You know, let it be known that I accept you for who you are. I ain't gonna try to change you. I'm not gonna fucking demand nothing out of you. You just be you. Now, we're gonna talk about this a little bit later on down the line because it will start causing problems later on down the line. But for now, you're free to open up on your own terms. Okay? That is about the only thing you can do to increase the chances of this person letting their guard down. Because if they want to see the good in you, which this person does, then they will. They have to want to see it, though. Okay? They have to want to see it. Thank you, Andrea, for the super chat. Appreciate you. Thank you. All right. Yeah. So if you play your cards right, no pun intended, y'all could smooth the path out in the beginning and potentially build something pretty successful. But just let things roll the way they naturally want to roll in the beginning. And if it stretches on too long like this, then we got a problem. But cross that bridge when you get to it, okay? All right, y'all. I feel like those were the messages that my Libra family needed to hear, so I'm going to go ahead and end this video here. Thanks again for tuning in and playing along. Don't forget to check the description of the video if you would like to find out how to schedule a personal reading. And don't forget, February 6th, we're doing another round of the 2222 live mini readings. So for those of you who are unfamiliar with that and you would like to know what that's all about and how to participate in that, you can read up on that on my website where all of my other personal readings are, okay? tarotwithrich.com. The information is in the description of the video, the link to my website, okay? All right, y'all, I'm out of here. I'll see you sometime between now and the rest of all eternity. Stay blessed.